I am so ready to dive into my latest month of beauty product empties. Welcome back to Selfcare Karen. It's lovely to have you here. Selfcare Karen is all about empowering busy women to feel their best and give their best. Here on YouTube, I share beauty product reviews. I share my love of different perfumes. I also have guided meditations and a self-healing practice, a talking therapy called Emotional Freedom Technique. So check out my video channel here on YouTube if you want to learn more about the other videos that I have already shared on this channel. I'm also available, I have resources online. I have two different Amazon shop fronts, one for Amazon.com in the US, one for Amazon.co.uk, is that how you say it, in the UK. I will put details in the video description, but basically I'm all about empowering women that are busy in their lives, they've got lots going on, just to be able to take better care of themselves. I am an Amazon associate. That means that I may earn from qualifying purchases, and the products that I mention in today's video, if they're available, I'll list them all, but if they're available on Amazon, I will put an affiliate link. If you decide to buy them, then I may earn a small commission, but you may just choose to use the link just to find out more about a product that I've referenced in today's video. I have a lot of empties this month. It has been a while since I filmed. I did kind of do my previous empty, and I've got a whole empty video. I've got a whole playlist up here. I did do it a little bit in advance because I was going away and I wanted to make sure that I didn't lose out on the cadence of scheduling my videos, so that's probably why I've got a few more than usual. So let's dive in. I've kind of grouped them into kind of different categories. We're going to start with hair care. Now, hair care is something that I've really started to feature on my channel. Videos of me applying different box hair dyes, videos about my hair care journey, because I've got really over processed hair, so the ends are really damaged, but I also have to, well, I feel like I have to dye my hair regularly because I've got a lot of greys and I have oily roots. So it's a little bit about how I'm learning to deal better or handle better my hair. So I am going through quite a lot of hair care products at the moment, just to share that with you. So not all of these are completely empties. Like, for example, this is a Superdrug Colour Fix Root Cover Up Mascara. So basically it's like a mascara that you apply. You can see here the wand, hopefully it's focusing. You apply it to your greys. So for example, you might be able to see a few little greys here on my parting, but it leaves such a gunky mess that I really don't recommend this. This is not an empty, but I am going to be passing this on if I can. I don't know if anyone's going to want it from me, but yeah, I wouldn't repurchase this. I much prefer the Schwarzkopf Root Retoucher Spray, which I have done a video on, and I'll link that up here. I have got an empty from Garnier Belle Colour. I actually got two of these. I have done a video showing me applying this hair dye and talking about the results of my hair, so I won't do any spoilers now. But if you want to watch that video, I will link that video up here. Okay, what else have I got? I have got Glaziplex. Okay, this is a super bond repair treatment. Again, I did a video dedicated to this. I'm not sure if it's live yet, but I will link it up here. So if you're watching this later on in its life on YouTube, you'll be able to link to the video. This is not an empty. This was in Superdrug Presents goodie bag. So I went to the Superdrug show in May, and there was an amazing goodie bag. This was one of the products that was in there. I have used it maybe about 4 or 5 times. You can see there's some usage. This is the Cantu Guava Scalp Exfoliating Pre-Cleanse Treatment for natural curls, coils and waves. Now, that is not really my hair type, so that might be why it hasn't worked well for me. But what I found with this is that it irritated my scalp quite a bit. So it says it exfoliates exfoliates and stimulates the scalp, but mine was more of an irritation. It's got guava, ginger, turmeric, apple cider vinegar and tea tree. Maybe it was the tea tree. I'm not a fan of tea tree. I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm going to pass this on to someone who I know will want to give it a go. It's almost full, as you can see. And then sort of ending, I think that's the last one for hair care. Apologies for the noise in the background. Live next door to school. They're going crazy again. This is amazing, this product. L'Oreal Elvive Bond Repair Rescue Pre-Shampoo. I've featured this in quite a few videos. I will definitely put the link for this below. This is fantastic. I don't use it as a pre-shampoo. I use it as kind of like a leave-in mask that I then wash out after maybe half an hour, 20 minutes, half an hour, however long I've got. And it really does seem to make a difference to the kind of quality, I would say, of my hair. My hair feels smoother, stronger, less frizzy. So yeah, really like this, and I will definitely repurchase this in the future, but I'm trying out something else at the moment. Okay, that is hair care. Let's move on to skincare. I have an empty micellar water from Superdrug B range. This is called Cleanse Micellar Water with aloe vera and chamomile flower extract. Not a fan of this. It was really good value for money, but I found it to be quite irritating on getting off eye makeup, which is where, for me, micellar water really comes in. So for me, micellar water, I don't like using it every day to cleanse my skin because I feel like it doesn't clean it deeply enough. But if I'm in a fix or I'm feeling really lazy, or if I've got a lot of eye makeup on, or I've got like lipstick on, or also I found out, you know, I mentioned that Schwarzkopf root retoucher spray. Sometimes it goes on the skin. This works wonders to get it off, or any micellar water does. It's that kind of a use. So yeah, I wouldn't repurchase this. I'm not a fan of the formula, but let me tell you, I'm just going to share with you, this is one of my holy grail micellar waters. I've spoken about this on my channel many a time. This is the Bioderma Sensibio H2O. This is the first ever micellar water that I used. I was introduced to it by Lisa Eldridge, who's obviously a famous makeup artist. She's got her own YouTube channel and she's got her own makeup range now and skincare and everything. And I know it's not strictly an empty, I've still got a little bit left, but I'm going to be going on a trip soon, and I'm leaving this to take with me on the trip because I think it will be the perfect amount. And I will leave the bottle away because we've got a real luggage limitation, so I wanted to feature it now before I use it up. But I love this stuff. I have to say though, there is a really good dupe for this that I found, which is the Nivea soothing amino acid one, so I'll link that below as well. I've featured that in an empties video before, but yeah, this is kind of like the OG of micellar waters for me. I don't think I've ever tried any of the other colors, but this is for sensitive skin, and I prefer to keep it that way. Doesn't irritate the eyes. It's great getting makeup off. Yeah, love. Okay, what else have I got for you in skincare? Another Bioderma product. This was a little goodie. Actually, I think the micellar water was in the Superdrug Presents goodie bag, and this was too. Not really enough for me to give you a lot of information on. It was such a small size. Hydrabio Hyalu Serum, hyaluronic acid and niacinamide, self-rehydrating replumping concentrate. Didn't really notice the replumping effect, but this was a nice moisturizer and was fantastic when I was traveling a few months ago on a short business trip. So yeah. Then I have a mask that I finally used up. This is by Jake Jamie in collaboration with Revolution Skincare London. This is the hydrating face mask, and it's from their this is Feed Your Face. I'm so excited to share my Feed Your Face collection with you. Instagrammable face mask made up of delicious superfoods and amazing skin loving ingredients. Okay, so I left a little bit in the jar because I wanted to show you what they mean by Instagrammable. So when you put this on, it's supposed to look as though you've put a watermelon on your face, because there's some, I don't know if you can see that, there's some black things in there. This smells, I'm just getting a completely wafted it. It's so sweet and sickly in its smell. Not a fan. Not really a fan of the mask, I have to say. I mean, I didn't find it to be super duper hydrating. It did tingle. They said it can. It did tingle when I put it on. And to be honest with you, after the first couple of uses, I just wanted to get rid of it. But anyway, I persevered and I used it up. So we do have it as an empty today. Okay, what else can I tell you? Okay, what every now and again, all right, and this happened with micellar water, I have to tell you. A skincare product comes along and first of all, I think, what? Why? What is this for? And then I use it and then I think, how did I ever survive without this in my life? Okay, so this has happened to me with, I said with micellar water in the day, but recently with those patches that you put on pimples. I'm lucky, I don't get a lot of spots, but I do seem to be getting them with more regularity now that I'm in the perimenopause. And I got this is in the goodie bag as well from Superdrugs. These are Starface Hydro Star Tea Tree Pimple Patches. And I've kept one just so I could show it to you. So I don't know if you can see there's like a star. And these are fantastic, right? You've got a spot that you think is emerging or it's emerged, you whack it on, you sleep with it on, or you go about your day with it. I mean, it's quite glaringly visible. And it really, really helps deal with that particular pimple, that particular spot. So absolutely think these are fantastic. However, I wouldn't necessarily repurchase Starface again because the fact that they're shaped as a star, they actually make them very delicate to apply, and it's quite easy for the edges to fold over and then you can't apply it, or it doesn't apply to the whole area that you want it to. So at the moment I'm using, I can't remember the brand, I got them in France recently, and they're circle ones with smiley faces on them. And then I also have some from Superdrug to try out once I finish those. But I will definitely keep this kind of product in my skincare routine forevermore, I believe, well, until I stop having spots. Really, really find these to be fantastic. I also often get a lot of spots, or like not a lot, but I frequently get spots on my décolletage or décolleté, and these are fantastic for that too. So I will definitely be keeping these as part of my skincare routine, but maybe not this particular brand. Okay, so one other item for skincare before I move on to makeup. Yes, well, this kind of crosses the border. I haven't got the sachet anymore, but I did try this Tanologist medium self tan drops. One bottle sold every 7 seconds, apparently. Now these, I just put, it was a sachet, so I only got like a couple of tries, but I put my face moisturizer for the day in the palm of my hand, the amount that I normally apply, and I put 1 or 2 drops in, mixed it on my palm, and then applied it to my face. And within a kind of like an hour or two, I got a lovely rosy, natural looking glow, which made me look really, really kind of healthier. I'm very pale today. I've been trying out a new foundation, so apologies for that. And I've also managed to whack myself or scratch myself in the night. I don't know how. So I've got this kind of scar thing in the middle of my forehead, which is so attractive. Anyway, I digress.
3 weeks later.
But I did just want to say that I was really impressed by these Tanologist drops. I'm trying out some drops from Saint-Tropez, which I also think were in the goodie bag. Is it Saint-Tropez? No, I don't know if it's Saint-Tropez. I can't remember. They'll come up in a future video. But I really did like these Tanologist ones, and I didn't get that kind of biscuity, yucky self-tan smell, which I often get. Okay, so we're transitioning into makeup. I'm not sure if I've spoken about this before. This is the Superdrug B Enhanced Moisturising BB Cream. This is another fail in my quest to find a foundation or BB cream or CC cream that actually works for me. This just didn't. And so I'm going to pass this on to someone who hopefully it will work for them, but just left too much of a texture on my skin, didn't give any coverage. Yeah, was right pain in the arse to apply. So no, I am not happy with that one. So it's full, or almost full, but I'm passing it on. So in the goodie bag that I've mentioned many a time in this video, there was a mascara from Maybelline. That is the Sky High one. And I was like, yeah, I don't have it here. Where is it? I did have another empty of a mascara. I'll have to put it in the next video now. But I thought, oh yeah, I'll just move on to this. And then I opened it and it's a pink mascara, and I'm really sorry, but I don't know why I would ever want to wear a pink mascara. To draw attention to the fatigue I've got in my eyes and the redness in my face. No. So it's pink hair. I will pass this on to someone hopefully that will want a pink mascara. Tell me below if you feel that a pink mascara is needed in your life. Okay, and then I've got a sponge that is just dead. I tried to clean it. It's now gone bumpy on the edge, so I'm going to be chucking this away. I don't always use a beauty blender or whatever that one is, but you know, I often have one to hand just to, particularly for under the eyes application. But yeah, that one's dead, so it's being chucked. Okay, moving on to kind of more like toiletries. Oh, hang on. With the hair care, did I talk about this? I don't think I did, sorry. Zooming back to hair care, this is the Superdrug Me Plus Universal Hair Oil. I've been using this, it feels like forever. It is a blend of argan, babusu, coconut and flaxseed oils with hyaluronic acid, and it's supposed to protect, restore and style the hair in 15 ways. For me, if I apply this, I can't go out the door. My hair looks like an oily, greasy mess. So I've only ever been applying it on an evening when I'm going to nighty night, or in the morning just before I'm going to be washing my hair. So yeah, will not be repurchasing this. I don't know, it's just too thick, too greasy, too oily. Not a fan. My apologies, I did not speak about it in the hair care section. Okay, toiletries. So this I think I've spoken about before. I adore the smell of this. This is Bayliss and Harding from their Kindness range. This is a hyaluronic with added allantoin and provitamin B. This is the hand wash. Let me see if it still smells. It probably doesn't. It still does. Oh my god, it's just so gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. Pear and orange blossom. Love, love, love this. Real treat to get this in Shezibara, but my son loves this also. Yeah, so definitely will repurchase in time, but I've got another hand wash on the go at the moment. This is a Wild deodorant refill that I've used up in the candy floss. I have actually done a video on the Wild deodorants, and I will link that video up here if I'm still able to link, but if not, just take a look at my video channel. It was probably about 6 months ago that I did it. This is the refill. Just to say this, it looked like it was oxidized, but it still worked absolutely perfectly. The name Candy Floss kind of put me a little bit off it because I'm not really into sweet smells. It does smell sweet, but it doesn't really smell to me of Candy Floss. It smells more kind of powdery sweet to me, if that means anything to you. I always find it so hard to describe smells. Must increase my vocabulary. But yeah, this was fine. Not my preferred smell from Wild, but this definitely kept the BO at bay, which is what I really wanted from it. Okay, I am going to move on to carry on kind of with the toiletries section, I guess. This is a firm favourite in my house, Kingfisher natural toothpaste. This is the Fennel. This is the fennel with fluoride, and love, love, love this. I've spoken about this loads of times. Also, I've used up a lavender oil. This is from, I got this from Rossmann drugstore in Spain. It's a German drugstore, but I got it in Spain. This is their lavender oil. It's not actually my favourite kind of smell of lavender because they can really differ, but it was really good value for money, kind of like size wise. And I always have lavender oil in stock because it is just so, so useful. If you have a cold, or your son has a cold, your child has a cold, if you put some lavender oil on their pillow or on their pajamas, it really helps with clearing out the nasal passages in a really lovely way. So yeah, always have this in stock in our house. And now, that's a good segue into the final two items that I've got. I don't know where I put this mascara. Anyway, I lost it somewhere. That didn't work. It was a complete fail. But anyway, I'll mention it in the next video. It's from W7. So yeah, avoid. Okay, this was also in the Superdrug Presents goodie bag, I think. This is Avon Far Away perfume. And I thought, oh, you know what? I'll keep this because it's handy to travel with. And I've used a little bit of it, you can see, but I just don't like it. It kind of smells a bit musky, too musky for me. like it's gone off, but maybe someone else this will be amazing for them. So I'm gonna gift this on. And then finally an empty of a perfume that I did like, which a dear friend in Spain gave this to me. This is Flor de Mayo Miss Gold Eau de Parfum, and it's basically quite florally, quite sweet, but I really did like this. I didn't mind it, you know, like sometimes like the Avon one, it's like, but this was really nice to use, handy size bottle as well. So that is an empty. And I think that is it. So yes, if you want to know more about me and my brand, please take a look at the video description. Please comment if you have any opinions on the products that I mentioned today, or anything you would particularly like to see a video on from me. Love hearing from you. And if you did like today's video, please consider liking it, please consider subscribing to my channel and hitting the notifications bell, sharing my video with other people. All of those acts of engagement can really help me get this video pushed out to more people that might like to watch it on YouTube. So thank you very much in advance for that. I want you to remember that you are in perfect time. See you soon.